Hello, and welcome to another Gundam Battle Operation 2 video. That's the good old Asshimar, and I got two matches here for you. I always love playing the Asshimar. Probably my top three favorite suits to play. It's, man, nothing just compares to just capping somebody in two hits, and then just punching them straight in the fucking sack. With your downswing's like a falcon punch. And of course, it's got that kick neutral swing. Just love kicking people in the fucking face with this thing. One of the best suits they've made in this game. Like, it's fucking awesome to play. I'm like, the whole video, if I didn't think about something to say, it'd be like me just talking about how fun it is to just punch people all the fucking time with the Asshimar. If you don't have this suit, I feel bad for you, but if it ever comes up in the recycle store or the DP store, you should get it. It's phenomenal. And so these two matches here, one of them's going to be an ace match, and the other one is going to be like a regular match. And I'm playing with Stefan and Gendry for one of them, and I believe them also, and I guess this is it here. We're playing with the Realist Simp again, and Fruity Looty Boy, which those two, they have actually joined our Discord, and we played a few matches with them. They're pretty fun to play with. And, of course, I'll say if you guys haven't joined the Discord yet, go ahead and do so, because I love playing with some of you guys. It's really fun to play with just people in this game. It's really... Gundam Battle Operation 2 is one of my favorite games to play. If you haven't noticed, by almost 200 videos of this game, maybe... actually, I think just a 100 and something. But, and, it's great. I love the variety you can have in this. Almost every match feels different. Of course, there's some outliers here, and this is what the Asshimar is going to deal with. There's some suits out there, like the Mark II or the Stamen, or ever since they released the DJ in the DP store, now we have the DJ, which honestly, I don't find the DJ too annoying, because it feels like whenever they have the DP store released for the for the new major rank, they have the striker custom for the raids, the gun cannon detector for the supports, and the DJ for the generals. And to me, those feel like really great choices for DP store editions. Of course, they all match their description perfectly. Also, there's a Stamen. Let's deal with this fucking Stamen. Or at least make him go away. Sit down, sir. Break your kneecaps. But yeah, the DJ, it has two stuns, which can be pretty annoying, but usually it's a big target, and it's easier for me to deal with compared to something like the Mark II or the Stamen, which can just get you down no matter what. Unless you're the Asshimar like me. I'm gonna punch that Mark III down. Oh, and I got a chance to watch... Oh, after we get counter on this Agzaku, sit down, sir. I got a chance to watch the first Gundam series, and the first episode... Well, the first episode of the Gundam, and... the Gundam. And the first episode of Mobile Suit Gundam Igloo. And I can say I'm thoroughly invested in those shows. It's only the first episode, but still. The first episode had to deal with... we got introduced to Amuro Ray, Amuro Ray Skywalker, and you get to see him get inside of the Gundam and fuck up that one Zaku. Was it Slender? No, Slender's the third dude. It was I think one of those name was Denim. I think that was the leader's name, which is fucking hilarious. And then geez, I can't remember that fucking rookie's name, but he starts everything, and the Gundam rips off his little mask, and then when he's trying to escape, he's like, bitches get stitches, and Amuro Ray slices him in half, and ends up fucking, like, looking like he kills his dad. I was like, holy shit. And then, the part where, what was her name, Fra is running towards Amuro, and then the whole place blows up behind her, and shows all the dead bodies and her mother. It's like, holy shit. I know, my friend was saying that's really hokey and cheesy, and, the animation's terrible, but still, you can feel kind of the emotion behind them. Like, holy shit, they killed a whole bunch of people in the first episode. I'm enjoying it. I'm going to watch the second episode, which is going to have to do with Char fighting the Gundam in his Zaku. And then the first episode of Igloo had to deal with we got introduced to Oliver May. I think he's a lieutenant. I have to remember. And then we get introduced to the ship, which I can't believe I forgot the name of. It's I believe it's Nordic. The Jotunheim, I think. I think that's the name, but it's like it got conscripted into the Zeon army. It's not like an official Zeon made ship, and they do prototypes. They're part of a division where they test out prototypes, and the first weapon they test out is, I think it's called the Junmond. It's the name of the world serpent from Norse mythology, and it's a giant plasma cannon, from what I remember, or like a rail cannon that's powered by plasma. And it happened. They use it in the first battle, like the first major battle of Gundam, the Battle of Lorm. I'm sorry if I'm fucking up these names, and it was very interesting. It turns out that, well, I don't know if I should go too much into spoilers, but basically, there's a pretty cool cameo, and it was pretty interesting. Like the battle was interesting. It wasn't like super in depth. It wasn't like a Gundam versus a Gundam battle or anything like that. But you got to see the ships from both sides fire at each other, and then the mobile suits appear. The Zakus. I said the Zakus, like I'm from Wisconsin or something. No, the Zakus. They show up and just fucking clean house. So it definitely gained my interest in that first episode. Although I can definitely see the datedness in the faces of some of the characters. Sometimes they look fine, but sometimes you can just see, like, especially in their eyelids, you can see there's a little bit of clipping going on. But and they have a weird fetish for just closing up on people's faces. It's like, yeah, this is made of CGI, so we want you to look at it as close as possible. Every time somebody talks, you get to see their corneas. But I can't wait for some of the future episodes I'll get to see. And of course, those are the only first episodes of the series I've watched. And what's actually kind of interesting is for Igloo, it's the side of Zeon. You don't really get to see that as often. And technically, some of that first episode took place before the war even happened. So it was like, oh yeah, that's some pretty cool stuff going on. So I'll definitely get to watch. I'm going to watch more of that in the first Gundam. And then who knows, maybe I'll buy Zeta, because I like a lot of the Zeta design suits. I want to get more involved in watching it. That Mark III got boned. I can't wait to see the Hidalfer and the Zuda episodes. Man, that would be fantastic. Back to this. I got till almost took up the whole match here, but it's just because I've been talking about the Asshimar so much from a lot of the videos I've played that sometimes I don't want to repeat myself when talking about the Asshimar. Because I can probably, this whole match would have been me talking about, oh yeah, you can shoot somebody twice with the Ashmar's beam gun and stun them, then you can downswing them, which I'm pretty sure I've said that multiple times. But I thought I'd let you guys know about how the first episode of Igloo and Mobile Suit Gundam were. And of course, if you want to buy those movies, they're certainly on Amazon. You just have to be careful with the pricing, because some of them, I think I got mine a little bit on sale, but some of them are like $40. It's like, oh goodness, why is this so much? But and hey, top individual, top assist, and top damage. Yeah, I cleaned house there in first place with 5-1. Awesome. We all beat our rivals too, so now we're going to move on to the next match. Almost all first places except for Diversion, so if I would have got shot at a little bit more, I would have got first place there too. But yeah, now we go on to the second match, which is the Ace match. And which was cool about this one that I didn't know was that Dark, who plays with us often, he was on the enemy team, and we didn't know, and he was talking to us this entire match, and he was making references to what was happening in this match, and we were like, oh yeah, we didn't know he was in this match. Right now, that guy in that tunnel, that's Dark in the BB, Usually he plays like the Ifrit Noct, but today he's doing the BB, and looks like he's coming up on Gendry. So I was communicating with him that he's coming up behind him, and so I'm going to try and surround him by going through the tunnel, so he doesn't move back inside of there and get away. And by the time I jumped in, that's when he pushed for Gendry, and we're going to go into a good old-fashioned 2v1. And the thing with the BB is, his back is facing towards me, so I can just shoot him all day. 2,000 damage on an uncharged shot, and there's a good old-fashioned tackle counter, and beat him to death. And just, got an assist off. And from what Dark said, it was a pretty interesting idea because he did bring 2 of us back, and that was enough for his team to push forward on our front line that had less people in it. And there's a Stamen. Get the fuck out of here, Stamen. There's that DJ I was talking about. He won't be too much of a problem. Again, I don't find them nearly as bad as the Mark IIs and Stamens. Even though they have 2 stuns. And what's funny is, even though they have a shotgun, it's not as bad as the Ifrit shotgun. Like the Ifrit, you can like snipe with that thing and stun somebody. The DJ, it's just a weird hitbox. There's a Dryson too. Okay. I thought I would hit him, but you could have worked for good bait, but he didn't fall for it, and I'm gonna get knocked down because the Dryson can knock people down with its axe attack. Go back over here. I was basically going pretty fucking ham with the Asshimar here. Looks like they got MLRS playing in the front lines with a sword out. What are you doing, MLRS? I should let the BB do that. I know you got a big shield and everything, but you still get stunned in 2 hits when you get hit in the shield by the Asshimar. Throw some grenades out because they're all grouped together, which is lovely for people that use grenades. I'm not a big fan of grenades in this game too much, but it's all good. I'm going to move up here because so I can snipe down at them at a different angle, just in case they have shields or something like that. Make them fire at me instead. Provide more cover, support fire, which it's one of the best things about flying suits in this game. I think almost in some of my past videos, whenever I play a flying suit, I always say use your flying. It's a useful tool. And I don't see nearly enough people fly when they have flying suits like the Zeta or of course, the Asshimar. Because you can do stuff like this where, okay, the enemy is pushed back, I'm going to go into a sniping position. And it also makes me, want flying supports, which, in some of those past videos, for damn sure, I've talked about how we need flying supports, and we still don't have one for some reason. And that boggles my mind half the time, because why do we not have a flying support type? I feel like that should be the natural progression here. We got flying generals and raids. We kind of need some supports out here, but again, that's like they don't want to give supports anything. But yeah, the enemy pushed below us. They're about to wipe out Gendry. I'm still alive with 7,000 health. I believe Dark comes up to try and face me. And I got a good kill on the Stamen trying to retreat, and there's an MLRS. Got a nice kill there too. That's 2 kills in a row. Completely dominating right now. Ooh, there's a Dryson. And I try to peek out again. I just barely miss a beam bazooka coming up. Yep, there it is. So now I know Dark's around. Speaking of Dark, there he is. And I'm going to try and beat him out a little bit. Charge up this beam rifle. Get a nice stun on him because his shield's not towards me. Knock him down on the ground. And I'm going to tickle his feet a little bit with his beam. And he's gone as well. So I'm trying to remember how many kills that was before I died, or before I'm going to die, which, okay, that's a spoiler, I'm going to die soon. Not really. And, hey, the aces are almost chosen in 20 seconds. I wonder who's going to get the ace. And, I kind of had a sinking feeling I was going to be the ace, so I quickly ran back to base to go and repair, and then I'll join shortly up in the front lines. And of course, just if you're an ace and you have the chance to repair, or if you know you're going to be the ace, go repair. It'll help. And yeah, I became the ace. I'm going to go ahead and repair myself. Usually when I repair, I try to get above half health, which is where the P is in repair. If I have a little bit more health to work with, I'll try and get over the R. But since I am the ace, I'll try to go for around full health. And of course, I was communicating with Stefan, and they were needing some help in the front line. So I was kind of trying to gauge when I should stop. And of course, I stop around here because yeah, that's good enough. I don't need to have complete full health. And with the Asshimar, who has maneuver armor, it works just fine. I don't need that full health. Oh, there's Dark, and I'm gonna run him over, which is funny because if you remember earlier, I said that we didn't know he was in the the match, and as soon as I ran him over, I was like, "Oh, I ran him over, he's dead, and then he's like, "Wow, that's disrespectful." we started laughing, and I didn't realize that was him until the end of the match. I was like, "Oh man, I'm sorry that happened." But yeah, here we go, pushing up. Knocked down MLRS, accidentally knocked over Stefan too, which is bad for him because there's a Dryson nearby. He's nearly dead. But this MLRS, I don't know what he's thinking, but he's pushing up on me, which is like, alright. He doesn't have any balancers, so I don't know why. He pulled out his melee, stopped boosting, and that's when I punched him and killed him, so that's more points for us. Which, if you're a support type, always be aware that you're probably not going to have balancers. So if you're going to go in for melee, make sure you're not boosting, because once you stop boosting, you're going to be sliding for a little bit. Of course, some people that you fight forget that too. So if you're boosting towards them with your melee out, they'll try and tackle. And it's like, okay, well, you just kind of wasted your tackle, because supports don't have balancers. I mean, some of them do. I want to say the Hama has some. I have to re-remember. Alright, there's Ace over there. Getting shot at a little bit. Dark is making a push over here with the Ace. Let's go over here. There's a Mark II. Shoot through him to kill or to damage Dark there, which, yeah, Asshimar fully charged shot penetrates. Alright, just told him to go ahead and kill Dark. That's what they did. I'm going to counter the MLRS, who keeps thinking he's a frontline suit, which he's not. And unfortunately, before I could kill the MLRS or damage the DJ, I get downswung by the Mark II, and I'm going to get killed by the MLRS. Which, that is my first death this match. And I was kind of like, really, Mark II? This is why I tell you, don't do a downswing around your teammates on a downed enemy unless you know they're going to be at a safe distance, because that actually got me killed. I mean, it doesn't matter because we're way ahead of the enemy. But, you know, I was like, oh, man, I really could have went without a single death that match. But then the Mark II killed me. It wasn't the MLRS, it was the Mark II, because that got me killed. But, hey, top individual and top assist, which is badass. And Stefan did really good. 15th. Oh, my God, that was a lot of damage. And, hey, first place, 7-1. And I got second place with over 100k, too. So that was a not bad match at all for me. I showed absolutely no fucking mercy with the Asshimar. Of course, it wasn't out of anger, unless it was that Stamen. Fuck Stamens. It was mostly a lot of suits I can play well with, but the Asshimar, I think it's because of confidence. I have confidence with the Asshimar, and if you have confidence, you can pretty much do a lot of things with a suit. You know, if you're not confident, you may hesitate when doing something or another. Like, you miss some chances. Like, if you stun somebody and you hesitate, that'll give them a chance to do a dodge roll or something. But the Asshimar, all I know is I shoot them twice and then I punch them in the face and they're down. And I can follow up with more shots. So, you know, it's just me loving the Asshimar. It's like, alright, I know I can do this. I know I can kick some ass. Let's go kick some ass. And I kicked some ass with the Asshimar. And, you know, got double first place. And I believe these were on the same day. They weren't back to back. And I believe the second match was actually the first match in this set. It's just that I found it more entertaining, in a way. But, yeah, that's going to be in this video. If you guys enjoyed this video, leave a like, subscribe if you want. I'd really appreciate it. And, you know, type up in the comment section what you feel about the Asshimar. Do you like it? Do you hate it? I've already made like an infinite amount of videos about why the Asshimar is super amazing to play, and of course in the beginning of this video I told you why it's super fun to play. It's one of those suits that just, it feels spectacular to play. It just feels right. I I wouldn't even say it's OP because I don't hear anybody complaining about it. It's not a suit that you see often, and sometimes when you do see it often, for me, I'm speaking for myself here. When I do see the Asshimar, a lot of people just play sniper with it. For me, it's kind of a brawling suit, and it can definitely play all ranges. Maybe no, not long. Like you can't really snipe per se, but you get up in somebody's face, you beat the fuck out of them, you fly out, go do something else. It's the perfect kind of suit for me where I can do what I want with it. And of course, if you guys haven't watched Mobile Suit Gundam or the original series or MS Igloo, I recommend it so far. I mean, I'm only the first episodes in, and of course the MS Igloo Blu-ray that I bought, it came with the other two MS Igloos, which I didn't know there was three of them. I thought it was just all around is called MS Igloo. That's where one of them is where the assault gun tank came from, which is interesting. I know there were some episodes that dealt with Federation and all that, so I can't wait to see some of that, because that's something we never got to see much of in Gundam, which is where the ground forces having to deal with Zaku's, all the tanks and the ground crew, which must have been pretty fucking horrifying to deal with. But yeah, and if you guys got some money to spend up on, go on Amazon. They definitely have the stuff you need there. And yeah, with that, I'll see you guys later. Bye.